Hello, YouTube. How is your weekend? What did you do? We didn't do a whole lot. We did mostly errands and around the house and chores. I helped my husband with a work thing he had to do this weekend, and I had personal training today, and I just did some prep for this video, and that's all. I was watching Boston, Minnesota PWHL finals, and it's in overtime. And I scheduled this stream so I would be able to watch the entire game. But it's overtime. There's been a lot of overtime in the playoffs, sorry. So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out on the score so I can know who wins. Because if Minnesota wins, then they win the cup. Oh, yay. Yeah, they're not new. They're not new, but I just got them my bangs before were really skinny because I let a lot of my bangs grow out. So I got my hair cut and I asked her to make them thick. So I actually had more hair in my bangs. So yeah, these are just like my bangs I had before, but they actually have hair. There's actually more hair there. Yes, how rude of them. How rude. But yes, Anastasia, thank you for that. Thanks for the nice compliment. I'm excited today. It's lovely to see you guys. I'm excited today to do this will be my last one, I promise. An extension of our last two videos, and then I will move on from this topic for now. It is about the founder of the Global Information Network, Kevin Trudeau, and his fan club, because he has a fan club. Yeah, so I'm excited. It's interesting. We're going to read about the case that the FTC brought against him, a little bit about the fan club, and then we're going to dive into the fan club in a bit more detail. Speaking of weather, oh my goodness, be safe, Gary, be safe. That's scary. You're playing the game Control. Ooh, cool. Fair, not everyone's a hockey person. Hey, Tori, lovely to see you. And Gary, Mr. Ranger Lab has been following the tornado outbreak this afternoon. Yeah, be careful. Be careful, Gary. Okay. Kevin Trudeau fans, the founder of Global Information Network, the whole, the topic of my last 3 videos now. I will do other things, I promise. His fans still putting up millions to support the pitchman convicted of fraud. And this was from May 2023. If you weren't here for my other videos, Global Information Network is a secret society that claims to have the secret to wealth, health, and happiness. They will help you change your relationships, help you make millions and millions of dollars, and you can pay thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands of dollars to work your way up the ranks and get access to fancy benefits and financial bonuses, pretty much. Oh, Tori's having some wicked weather in my part of Ohio this evening. Yes, be careful. Be careful, friends. After decades of litigation over his fraudulent claims of miracle schemes to lose weight or gain wealth, and more than 8 years in prison, TV pitchman Kevin Trudeau still has fans willing to give him millions of dollars. The Kevin Trudeau Fan Club, founded by followers to route money to Trudeau's commissary account while he was serving a federal prison sentence for making fraudulent claims in infomercials, has raised about $3 million, according to testimony this week at hearings aimed at learning whether Trudeau is hiding still more millions than that he could tap to pay off a $37 million fine levied by the Federal Trade Commission more than a decade ago. I was laughing because that is the longest sentence I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, Charlie, it's lovely to see you. I haven't seen your previous vids, but I know of this fraudster from years ago. Cool. Yeah, he's an interesting one. Toronto is good, except for the Leafs. That's funny. Lawyers for the FTC say Trudeau has hidden gold bars and other assets from the government and raised questions about donors who have made five-figure donations to support Trudeau's legal defense and living expenses, which included a $750 dinner at Michelin-starred whatever that is. Testifying by remote video from her home in Texas on Wednesday, Fanclub owner Tanya Canada, a retired teacher, testifies that she collects $5,000 a month to manage the club, with the proceeds doled out to Trudeau among requests. Trudeau has probably millions, hundreds of thousands of fans around the world who love his teachings, Canada said. Of the $3 million raised, only a little more than $1 million has gone to pay the FTC Commission lawyer Jonathan Cohen said, while Trudeau has directed Canada to make $7,500 payments to volunteers who help maintain his website and to a woman Cohen identified as Trudeau's girlfriend. So he owes $37 million to the FTC as of May 2023, but is not using the money raised by this fan club to pay that fine. Yeah, how do all these people have gold bars? Like, where do they get them from? Yeah, and instead of paying off the FTC, he's paying volunteers who maintain the website and his girlfriend. And I guess that's fine. You need to support your loved ones, but what about your legal fees, right? When you want to pay off your legal fees quickly. Cohen said that the fan club website until recently was selling a Tesla device, which claims it would lower blood pressure and blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and increase circulation. All health benefits Trudeau is barred by the court from promoting, even though Trudeau was not supposed to be making false health claims. As per the court, his website was selling some sketchy ass health device. The club counted several donors who have made multiple five-figure gifts, according to Cohen. It's true you did nothing at all to... It's true. Did... What? This is not a question. It's true you did nothing at all to determine the source of the funds, Cohen asked Canada. Right, Canada said. We just accept contributions. The hearings are a continuation of court proceedings that were interrupted in 2014 by Trudeau's prison sentence in a separate case for violating terms of a 2023 settlement with the FTC over bogus claims in his best-selling diet book, Weight Loss Secrets They Don't Want You to Know. So it's multiple sketchy court dealings at the same time. On Tuesday, a forensic investigator hired by Trudeau detailed investigation that cost more than $200,000 to Trudeau's bank accounts and corporations. Cohen questioned whether that investigation, which targeted Trudeau's known accounts and a source of Trudeau's properties, was sufficient to determine whether Trudeau was hiding assets in other accounts. Trudeau's ex-wife testified earlier this year that he had gold bars hidden all around his house. Just like Laura just asked, how do we have all these gold bars? We're not going to read every single word of this because you guys get the main gist. At the close of the hearing Wednesday, U.S. District Judge Robert Gettleman appeared weary over the nearly 2 decades of litigation in Trudeau's case, snapped at Trudeau's lawyer Gail Stein, when Stein complained the FTC was drawing out the process. Let's go back. Okay, that's fine. Trudeau is set to be a featured speaker at a Boston event hosted by the Global Information Network, the company he founded that was later purchased by associates, which now count him as a salaried employee, eligible for bonuses if the business is successful, Stein told the judge. And okay, we learned in one of our last videos that the Global Information Network was bought by several club members for only $200,000. And apparently he was counted as a salaried employee of that club. Yes, he did, Charlie. You are correct. Right? He's following the Trump model. Fleece your fans and ignore your debts. Hey, Tanya, it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Okay. The sad fact about all this is, had he been hard at work, Mr. Trudeau could have been doing what he does best, Stein said. He would have been able to pay off whatever was owed in a matter of a year or a year and a half. That was quicker than I thought. I thought it was a lot longer. So we have some context about the fan club. This is the website. So yeah, the fan club raised $3 million, but apparently that money is not being used to pay off the FTC fines of $37 million. So here is what the official Kevin Trudeau fan club website looks like. Very similar layout as the Global Information Network website. And it starts with, "You can help Kevin." So remember, last two videos, it's about the Global Information Network, and this guy is the founder. I'm going to text my husband and ask him to text me when the game is over, because I want to know and I don't want to be checking my computer every 5 seconds. Can you text me when the game's over? Text me the result of the game, please. And then I'm not checking all the time. Hello, Lisa. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. For over 30 years, Kevin Trudeau has been serving humanity by exposing corporate and government corruption, revealing secrets they don't want you to know. But you're kind of corrupt too, sir, allegedly, in my opinion. You're hiding gold and hiding millions of dollars and making bogus, potentially dangerous health claims. Apparently, Kevin has been the voice, a fearless voice to the voiceless, and has given power to the powerless. For 3 decades, the powers that be have been trying to silence and discredit Kevin by spreading misinformation, distorted facts, and lies. Didn't he spend 10 years in prison? Isn't that what we learned last time? Kevin Trudeau. Let's just double check. Let's just double check. I wish I could remember what the article was. I'm 90% sure he spent years. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. So he's not a victim, sir. I'm pretty sure this was the article we looked at. Share this tab instead. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison Monday for bilking customers through ubiquitous infomercials for his book, The Weight Loss Cure They Don't Want You to Know About. As he imposed his sentence, prosecutors had requested Judge Ronald Guzman portrayed the 50-year-old Trudeau as a habitual fraudster going back to his early adulthood. So brazen was Trudeau, the judge said. He once even used his own mother's social security number in a scheme. He has treated court orders as if they were mere suggestions or impediments to be sidestepped, outmaneuvered, or ignored. He's defied court orders, barring him from running false ads about the weight loss book. Despite the order, he aired the infomercials at least 32,000 times. He sold more than 850,000 copies of his weight loss book, generating $39 million in revenue. The one that he wasn't supposed to talk about because it was bullshit claims. A 10-year sentence might be appropriate for a defendant who destroyed lives, Kirsch said. But Trudeau, if he swindled anyone, swindled them out of $30. I disagree, because if you're in a position of power and authority and you're making bullshit health claims, that's potentially dangerous, because people are going to listen to you, people believe you, people trust you, and you're not swindling them out of $30 for a book. You're swindling them out of their health and their safety. So I disagree with that. Kevin seems to know how to help himself just fine, so he doesn't need the help of others. I love the upper right corner's Kevin a fraudster. Right? Yeah, we'll look at that. They all sing the same tune, don't they? For sure, for sure. My point, but the powers that be have been trying to silence him. No, he's doing shady shit and he's ignoring court orders. He's doing shady shit, my friend. Shady shit. Defying court orders was the actual word. And what is being called the greatest injustice in American history, the U.S. federal government sentenced Kevin to 10 years for contempt of court, as well as confiscating all of Kevin's assets and possessions worldwide. We believe this is because Kevin dared to go on TV and talked about his #1 New York Times bestselling books and expressed his opinions about natural ways to cure and prevent disease. He did that after he was told not to by the courts. Yeah, he's going to get in trouble for defying court orders. He has empowered millions around the world, not just millions, hundreds of millions, by teaching the secrets of natural ways to cure and prevent disease without drugs and surgery. You need surgery sometimes, friends. You need surgery. Like, I had to remove my freaking thyroid. I couldn't have cured my thyroid issues without that thing being removed from my throat. I couldn't have. I was fucked if I didn't do that. Why am I getting mad? Surgery is not a bad thing. Surgery is great if you have access to it and you need it. How to attain wealth by knowing the secrets of banking, the power of the law of attraction, and other insider knowledge held exclusively by the privileged elite class. The most important and precious gift of all, inner peace, joy, and bliss. Who is Kevin Trudeau? He has sold over 50 million books. He exposed how Big Pharma has been lying about the safety and effectiveness of their drugs, causing more disease and illness than curing diseases. That's so dangerous. Debt cures they don't want you to know about. Apparently, big banks are ripping people off all over the world, effectively making us slaves to debt and effectively owned by the rich and powerful. Apparently, Kevin gives us the fucking solution. Isn't it magical? Isn't it interesting how he is actually ripping people off through this club, allegedly, in my opinion, through Global Information Network? He's ripping people off. He's being dishonest. He's making huge claims of happiness and self-actualization that it's not possible to reach through his useless, in my opinion, his useless self-development courses, right? He's ripping people off, but he's saying, I'm going to expose how banks rip you off. Free money they don't want you to know about. He exposes the little-known secret methods that allow average people to get their fair share of free money. I'm getting so annoyed. I think Trump is copying him. Right? Maybe. If Kev actually knew any banking secrets, why is he asking for financial assistance? And I called him Kev. You did not call him Kev. Kev's happy. He sure is. Okay, I want to look through more of this. But apparently, the government has been trying to silence Kevin. Kevin's right to free speech. He is a hero and a freedom fighter. Anyway. I need to unzoom so I can see. Oh, is Kevin a fraudster is the beginning. Okay, there's a ship. This isn't a super long page. We'll read this. By a man named Eugene Gurevich. Imagine, if you would, being sentenced to spend a decade in prison without being convicted of a crime. No fraud, no felony, not even a misdemeanor. Picture this draconian sentence imposed on you, not by a jury of your peers, but by a singularly mortal and fallible federal judge. Ponder what it would be like to be empathetically and cynically denied every opportunity to defend yourself against ridiculous charges levied against you, not by any law enforcement agency, not by any complaint filed against you by any injured party, but rather by one virtually omnipotent and pettily vindictive federal judge. It's all about creating a certain narrative. Like, not that Kevin was hiding money, defying court orders, spreading really dangerous and scary health misinformation. No, he is being his rights are being stomped on by some evil, terrible judge just because he's petty, not because Kevin might have actually been doing something wrong. To be forbidden to as much as utter the phrases First Amendment and free speech in his courtroom, as if those were personal affronts to the judge, rather than fundamental rights granted to every citizen of this country vis-a-vis its supposedly respected and revered founding document. In Canada, there is something called the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms that tells us every right that the Canadian citizens, Canadian residents have. However, your rights to free speech are not absolute. If you are saying something that's harmful to another group of people, then your rights can be restricted reasonably under Canadian law. So just because you have the right to free speech does not mean you can just spout any kind of health nonsense and not be held accountable for it. Now, I am not a legal professional. I cannot speak to the validity, to the level, like to whether or not he got a fair sentence. I can't speak to that, obviously, but you're saying dangerous things that could lead to harm. Your rights aren't absolute. They're not. They're not. Put yourself in the shoes of a completely innocent person as he is handcuffed and shackled, with bail denied, and thrown into the Metropolitan Correctional Center, Chicago, one of America's toughest jails, to defend himself amongst real criminals, convicted murderers, armed bank robbers, human traffickers, drug kingpins, mafia hitmen, violent and ruthless gang members, and peas. Having the courtesy of being offered solitary confinement extended to you by your jailers for your own protection as you stare down the prospect of 10 more years in the federal penitentiary system. Sadly, the above is not a teaser for a fictional Grisham-style thriller. This is a real story unfolding right now in 21st century America. The land of the free and the home of the brave, the shining city upon a hill. Of course, they're trying to portray like the dichotomy between violent, scary criminals and someone who committed more of like a white collar crime. But not everyone in federal jails are the most violent of criminals. There could be people who defrauded people of billions and billions of dollars, could be people running schemes. Right? It's not all about white collar. It's not always just violent criminals, is what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, sounds like sovereign citizen stuff for sure. I bet, right? Probably. Well, I don't know. Do you guys think are white collar criminals kept with violent criminals? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know, but yeah, great point. Great point. It's meant to be really dramatic and scary. Like, oh, he's just a normal, innocent person, and he was stuck with the most scary and violent criminals you could ever imagine. He is currently incarcerated because he's been sentenced to the longest prison term ever imposed in history for contempt of court. 10 years, 120 months, 4,380 days. Contempt of court is not a felony. It isn't even inherently a crime. Most people get held in contempt for arriving late to a hearing or talking shit to a judge. Most people might pay a $500 fine or for egregiously prominent displays of disrespect spend 30 days behind bars in county jail. But guess what happens if you really, really piss off a judge? His contempt of, I literally just looked at this and I'm having to go back and look at it again. So my apologies. Wasn't his contempt of court, he was told, don't talk about your book? And then he kept talking about his book? Yeah. He had a 2004 court order barring him from running false ads about the weight loss book, and despite the order, he aired the infomercial that was running the false ads 32,000 times and then sold more than 8,500, 8,000, that big number, I can't say big numbers, copies of the weight loss book, generating millions of dollars in revenue when he was told to stop making false claims about the book, stop advertising the book, I'm assuming, and he just kept doing it. Like, that's pretty significant. That's more than simply pissing off a judge. Okay, every prison has cams for most white-collar criminals. Gotcha. I think it depends on the level of how violent the criminal was, on what level of crime the nonviolent crime was. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to read this whole thing. Kevin's story is about free speech. In other words, the right to live and express yourself without fear of tyranny. But if you got a court order not to do something and you keep doing it in a really intense, egregious manner, then you're going to get in trouble. Don't do the thing the courts are telling you to not do. Right? Am I missing something here? He probably decided against a jury trial thinking a judge might be more lenient. Wrong. Right? Your gift of any amount will be used to support Kevin as he focuses on his mission to positively impacting people around the world. How are your contributions used? Click here. Note, when you contribute using this website, you understand that your gifts are not tax deductible and non-refundable. You can become a partner now, which we'll look at in a sec. And there's also a legal fund that you can donate to. Any contributions made on this site are payable to the Kevin Trudeau Fan Club, not the legal fund, which is a separate entity. I wonder how much members of the Global Information Network at this time were, I don't know if they're still paying now. I wasn't able to find that. Let's assume not. Let's assume they're not paying now, but they're paying tens of thousands of dollars to advance in the Global Information Network. They're donating to Kevin through his fan club, and then they're also donating through the legal fund. Like, how much are they giving to Kevin? I don't think there's a jury for contempt of court. Oh, interesting. Maybe. Who knows, right? This is an interesting part. I didn't even think to click on this video and see what it was. We should do that. You can qualify today to become an official partner with Kevin by committing to an automatic monthly contribution of $25 or more. Kevin hosts private Zoom calls exclusively with his partners. This is an invaluable gift from Kevin to his partners. As a partner, you also receive a free ticket to the annual partner convention where you can meet Kevin personally. And you can be a bronze partner for $25, silver partner for $50, gold for $100, platinum partner for $250, diamond partner for $500, patron partner for $1,000, and you get all benefits of the previous levels. You get a platinum partner membership card. That's worth $1,000 a month right there. Jesus. 2 additional private exclusive dinners with Kevin per year with patrons only. Wow. Someone in contempt, who spent 10 years in jail for ignoring court orders, and who started really sketchy secret society that bankrupts people. You get to have 2 private dinners with him for $1,000 a month. Amazing. But there would have been for the trial. I don't understand. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm getting a bit confused. What is wrong with people? Exactly. Let's see. So I did not do a bunch of research on him. I'm assuming he would have had a trial. But I think his only issues with the law were the defying court orders. But let's Google it. Let's Google it, because now I want to know. Kevin Trudeau trial. I'm assuming there was a trial, but I don't know. Sorry. I should have done more research on the legal side, because it provides important context, but I did not. My apologies. Okay. So yeah, he was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison for criminal contempt for violating court orders. He was convicted. Trudeau, who was in custody since he was convicted, was also placed on supervised release for 5 years. He attempted to cheat others for his own personal gain. Yep. Criminal contempt has no statutory maximum sentence. During the sentencing hearing, a man who twice shouted from the galley was removed by security officers. Okay, according to the evidence at trial, so there was some kind of trial. Yeah, there's no info on jury or bench trial. He appeared in 3 television infomercials between December 2006 and July 2007, in which he willfully misrepresented the contents of his book. And then, so he had a trial, and then he misrepresented the contents of the book. Wait, no. It's okay. It's fine. And then the judge issued an order to show cause why Trudeau should not be held in criminal contempt. And he agreed not to directly or indirectly produce or broadcast any deceptive infomercials that misrepresented the contents of any book. They cited a litany of blatant lies and misrepresentations made by Trudeau in his infomercials. These claims included his claims that his book was not a diet, when in fact it required at least 3 weeks of eating 500 calories or less a day, and that a hormone found only in pregnant women. And that a hormone found only in pregnant women that was required to be injected daily could be obtained anywhere, when in fact it could be obtained in the United States only through a doctor's prescription. He also claimed that after finishing the diet, consumers could eat anything they wanted without regaining the weight, when in fact the diet required severe food deprivation that lasts for life. That's sketchy. That's sketchy, sir. There's so much cool shit we could do for $1,000 a month. So much. You're so right, Tori. Maybe Kev will run for president. Hello, Sean. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. And then they get some other amazing benefits. The 20% store discount for Platinum partners does not apply to affiliate-based or third-party related products or sites. Oh, these aren't benefits. I think they're just conditions. To qualify for a dinner with Kevin at the Diamond or Patron Partner level, you must be in good standing and have been at either level for at least 3 consecutive months. Eligibility for the monthly cash giveaway is subject to the drawing terms and conditions. I want to watch some of this video. I have no idea if it's any good. Looks like it's him just yapping. Let's watch the video. Let's speed it up a little bit. And let's watch a few minutes of it, and then we'll move on. But if it's super interesting, we'll watch more.
Hi, everybody. This is Kevin Trudeau. I'm sending you this message to inform you about a very special opportunity that can positively impact your life in virtually every area. Many of you know that my mission for the last 30 years has been to positively impact people in virtually every area of their life.
He might just be pitching Global Information Network, but let's give him a chance.
Many of you know me as the author of the book, Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. That book was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for over 28 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it sounds MLM-ish. I have an opportunity for you that's going to change your entire life. It's how a lot of MLM pitches start.
When it came out, it was the best-selling book in the United States of America, the #1 best-selling book. No book sold more. That book has sold over 50 million copies around the world. Natural Cures exposed the pharmaceutical industry and told people the secrets of how to cure and prevent disease without drugs and surgery. The natural.
But what sources did you use? Because you can't just say that drugs that help people function and live like fulfilling lives are bad. Because, as I said, I had to get my thyroid removed, after which they found I had severe Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and they didn't know that before they removed it, right? And if they hadn't removed it, I would not have been able to get my shit under control with drugs or otherwise. It had to be removed. It had to be. So my health condition could not have been fixed without drugs. My health condition now of hypothyroidism, I know it can be fixed without drugs, but that should be done in close collaboration with a doctor. But nothing wrong with taking Synthroid to function and have normal hormone levels. Nothing wrong with that. And I don't like how it's being demonized by Kevin here. And Charlie, I don't. Okay, this was trademarked in 2024. I have no idea how recent this video is. If this was, well, it looks like it's post 2004 when he was getting in trouble because the video quality is quite good. So yeah, post prison time, he's still pitching the book.
Cures that they don't want you to know about. Many of you also know that I authored a program called Your Wish is Your Command: How to Manifest Your Goals, Dreams, and Desires. That course, people paid $10,000 to attend a weekend seminar in the Swiss Alps. I recorded that, put it on a CD program, and hundreds of thousands of people around the world have listened to that. It's actually estimated millions now have listened to that program, which goes far beyond the
$10,000. People spent $10,000 to go to a program in the Swiss Alps and listen to him tell us about how important manifesting our dreams is. I can't stand that. And that's what I was going to do in my video today, but then I went to the website. There's no website, there's just a video. Just a useless video that I guess I could react to, but it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, and all of the written content on it was gone. Law of attraction nonsense. Yes, William, and it's lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. I hate the law of attraction so much because you can have the most positive mindset ever. You can be so grateful for the things that are going well in your life. And then shit can just happen to you because life is unfair. You could try to see the positives in every shit situation you're in, but that doesn't mean it's not a shit situation. I am hypothyroid also. I don't need drugs. Cool. Agreed. 38 years of Synthroid here. I have to take medication for my ADHD or I'm a hot mess. And Medication is wonderful. If we have access to it to help us with our health conditions, we should be taking it. A fair bit of electroxin. Is that your Synthroid medication? As someone who worked at a medical center for 38 years, I've seen so many people helped by surgery and proven medications. I hate when people demonize traditional medicine. Exactly. Medicine helps people. It helps people. Let's not demonize it.
Basics of the law of attraction. It goes beyond Think and Grow Rich, the very powerful book by Napoleon Hill. It goes beyond the books Ask and It Is Given by.
We've heard this. We've read this in the website, so we don't need to hear it again. I'm just going to skip through and see if there's anything interesting.
Has always been to positively impact people around the world.
If that's true, you wanted to positively impact people, you would not be charging people tens of thousands of dollars to advance in the ranks of your secret ass society. If you wanted to positively impact people, you would not be spreading false health claims through your sketchy ass book.
And help you achieve your goals, dreams, and desires. Now I'm doing it 100% full time. There is a program available for you, and that's what this message is about. The Kevin Trudeau Fan Club was established while I was away. Many of you know I was held in contempt of court for violating a court order, according to the judge. This court order.
Not according to the judge, you violated it, sir. According to the judge, my ass. You violated it. That is not subjective. Hey, Julie, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us.
It told me that I couldn't virtually talk about my books on television and misrepresent the contents of those books. And well, I talked about my books. I expressed my opinions and I read right out of the book. I didn't think I misrepresented anything in the books, but I was held in contempt of court and I was given the longest sentence in the history of America for contempt of court. Now, contempt is not a felony. It's not even a misdemeanor. I got 10 years at a federal prison for expressing what I believe to be expressing my opinions and reading directly out of the books that I wrote. Interesting. Well, over those years, some interesting things happened. Number one, the government took everything I owned around the world. They confiscated every asset.
Okay, we know that already too. We learned that in the website. We're gonna skip through that if that's okay. I had not listened to this, so I don't know what he's gonna say. I was not planning on listening to this. I thankfully have really solid health insurance at my primary job. I pay $4 a month for my ADHD methods and $0 for my birth control since it's a preventative. I'm very fortunate to have that. I love that. I'm glad you have good coverage at your work. Not everyone has that for sure. I'm starting from the beginning on this wannabe Scientology insanity.
Made some donations to the fan club. Those donations came in and the money was used to pay past legal bills, past debts, past other bills, and help me reestablish, help me get a car, help me get some new clothes, help me find a place to live, pay for my food and so forth. This way I can focus.
Also, you paid the people who run your club and also your girlfriend. And why are people who are already spending tens of thousands of dollars in your secret society, why are they also helping you become reestablished? Why is that their job to help you get reestablished? That seems strange. Maybe I'm thinking too far into it, though.
Virtually all day long, 7 days a week on the mission of writing, producing, and authoring material to the general public to help you improve the quality of your life. We offered through the fan club a Kevin Trudeau partner program. And this is what I'm talking about today, an opportunity for you to be my partner. Energetically connect to me. Now, people around the world.
Energetically connect to me through paying $25 to $1,000 a month. And if you do that, your quality of life will be vastly improved. Scam, 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 scam. In my opinion, allegedly. I wonder how many fans are in the secret society. I'm sure it's a secret, right, Charlie?
Whether it's a spiritual guru, maybe from India, or a Christian minister, they offer programs where people can partner. And why would a person partner with an individual? Well, number one, if you believe in their mission, if you believe in them, if you think that what they're doing is good for mankind, people can help. They can make a donation or a contribution or send a gift. So the fan club is not tax deductible gifts, but you can make a gift to the fan club, which goes directly to me. That gift is used to help the mission. And people have sent gifts.
The gift is used to help the mission, but have you paid back your $39 million in FTC fines? Shouldn't you be using that to pay back your legal fees so you can just like move on with your life? Right? That seems strange. He's already served time for fraud and people are still handing over money.
It's been fantastic. And it's been an opportunity. It's given me the opportunity to focus full time, not on making, but on you. I have a business offers from around the world. People want me to partner in businesses. I get them virtually every week. People say, Kevin, we'll put up $100 million. We want you to partner in this. We want you to be full time in this. We want you to be a director, a board member.
Okay, I'm a little bored.
Me via a private email that only partners with me get. You can send me any question about anything. I read every single question and I answer those questions for every partner.
I highly doubt that you answer those questions for every partner, because if you have a couple hundred partners, I have no idea how many people would actually do this, but have a couple hundred partners, how are you going to answer countless emails from every single partner? And I don't want to listen to this anymore. Is that okay if we move on? Because he's kind of boring. He's not very fun to listen to. But I'm also not very fun to listen to all the time either, because I ramble on and on. But tell me if you want to keep listening to him, and we can. I thought I knew the secret of money, and now he is begging for money. I think he mispronounced grift. Good one, Anastasia. Yeah, let's see. Is email communications a benefit of any of their levels? Mr. Ranger Lab said yes, he's pretty boring. Because he said you can email him at any time. Ask questions for monthly Zoom calls. So you can be in the drawing for a free one-on-one that's worth $3,000 with Kevin to a lucky partner. I think it's bullshit. I do not think that any old partner who's spending only $25 a month on him will actually get email access to him and he will respond, not his assistant, him. I doubt that's the case. I think that's a lie, in my opinion. Okay, I want to look at how he's telling us the contributions for his fan club are used. Then after this, I feel like we're done. I don't think I had anything else I wanted to do. I just wanted to talk about his legal background and the main gist of his website, of his fan club. A signed picture of Kevin. Maybe I'm changing my mind. The official Trudeau fan club was founded by a group of Trudeau's loyal supporters. The fan club owners are longtime students and supporters of Kevin who have benefited greatly from Kevin's teachings. We have gone through most of Kevin's courses, books, seminars, and workshops. We have seen firsthand how life-changing Kevin's training is, not only for ourselves, but for the thousands of people we have communicated with over the years whose lives are better because of their exposure to Kevin and his teachings. Just like in MLMs, I feel like in the self-help world, anytime someone improves their life in any way, it's always the credit is always given to the self-help guru that they were seeking guidance from. Right? It's all Kevin's fault that I'm in a better place mentally. It's all due to Tony Robbins' advice, but I don't get actual credit myself because I'm the one who actually made the changes, actually implemented the bullshit training you gave me, Kevin, I should be getting the credit. And yes, the fan club owners have already done most of Kevin's courses, and in my opinion, have spent thousands and thousands of dollars through the Global Information Network. He whines and plays the victim superbly, all while shaking the rubes down. He sure does play the victim. He did not commit contempt of court according to the judge. No, objectively, he committed contempt of court. Objectively, he did. It is a privilege to help Kevin serve and achieve his mission of positively impacting humanity. Again, playing the victim, like Gary just said, committed for the non-crime of contempt of court for willfully violating a court order relating to one of his #1 New York Times best-selling books. He's maintained he has never willfully violated any court order. You did, sir, you did. You did. And you do not get to just say anything you want and not expect any repercussions. It's not how it works. Okay, calm down. You're not telling us how the contributions are used. I want to know how they're used. How are they used? He has been ordered by the federal court, to pay 75% of his personal salary and 100% of fan club gifts and contributions he receives for the Consumer Redress Fund. While Kevin stands firm in his opinion that the underlying reasons for the $37 million judgment are unjust, Kevin will willfully cooperate with the FTC and the court to pay the approximately $17 million he still owes to the FTC so that he can clear this matter up as quickly as possible. Okay, but so the FTC said the profits from everything from the fan club gifts, which is this website, must be after fan club expenses. Okay, that's the loophole. Must be paid to the Consumer Redress Fund. Okay, this is a bit of a stretch. So apparently the fan club expenses include maintenance of the website, email services, tech-related expenses, monthly costs to host partner Q&A calls, staff salaries, marketing and advertising to help grow the fan club, office space for Kevin and KTFC staff to be able to work, phone and internet plans for Kevin and KTFC staff, operating funds needed to host the annual partner convention, and fan club expenses. But you just told us that the proceeds of this club, in that video, the proceeds of this club go towards helping you get back on your feet, a car, a place to live, food, clothes. But apparently, according to the FTC, you're only supposed to spend it on fan club expenses. So where are you actually spending your money, sir? That seems a little bit sketchy. All recurring partner contributions and gift money that is not used for the fan club's reasonable operating expenses is paid directly to Kevin, and then Kevin gives 100% of that money after taxes to the FTC in order to help pay down Kevin's judgment. But it goes directly to Kevin, so he can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. And I'm pretty sure in this one, yeah, of the $3 million raised from the club in May 2023, only $1 million has gone to pay the FTC. Commission lawyer Jonathan Cohen said, while Trudeau has directed Canada, the manager of the club, to make $7,500 payments to volunteers and to a woman that is likely his girlfriend. So are you lying? Are you spending the money the way FTC is telling you to spend it? Am I missing something here? Am I reading too into it? It seems like he's not doing what the FTC told him to do. Makes me annoyed. Disclosures. We're committed to protecting the confidentiality and anonymity of all contributors. Okay, what next? The club vision is that I said we were done, but we have a little bit more. That is not his club, that is the main club's vision. State of consciousness, lost prison diary messages. Let's read this. I feel like this is probably bullshit. That he probably, in my opinion, allegedly, maybe have just wrote this after the fact, and he did not sit in prison and write these messages out. Look at all these messages. Like, how many are there? 67, 100. Yeah. Not sure. Not sure if that's real or not, if he actually wrote these. But just, what do you think? I feel like that's not realistic, but you never know. Thank you for all the thank you for all thank you all for the hundreds of letters and cards I get every day. I read each one. I cannot reply as there's limited paper, envelopes, and stamps. Most are letters and notes of encouragement and support. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Many are stories of how my books, seminars, and or gin have changed someone's life for the better. Reading them makes me feel so good. Even if I'm sentenced to life in prison, I will still feel so good knowing that my efforts have positively impacted so many. I am at peace and I feel bliss. I received one letter that was over 45 pages long from my friend, fellow gin member Ed. He told me his whole story. Wow, I hope you all get to hear it from him personally someday. The letter made it clear to me that my efforts have produced great results and were worth it. Thank you, Ed, and all of you. Being here is such a blessing for me. Being in prison is a blessing for you. It is like being in the military, but the living conditions here are much better than what 90% of military personnel have to endure around the world. Being here is like being in an ashram, temple, retreat, or monastery. It is easier living here than in many of the boot camp spas I've paid good money to go to over the years. It is really a wonderful experience to de-stress, relax, read, meditate, and recharge. But weren't you in prison with the most dangerous and violent criminals, gang leaders, drug kingpins, and now you're saying it's like a spa and you're able to meditate and read? Which one is it? Which one is it? Yes, it, like I think Charlie said it earlier. He defrauded people, defied court orders, apparently hiding gold bars in his home, but people are still handing over their hard-earned money to him. Why? We know that in the MLM context, MLM CEOs pretty much can do and say whatever they want, and their fans, the distributors of all levels actually will still follow them because MLM CEOs, just like Kevin, apparently, they are seen as a celebrity. They have like a godly celebrity status that's just inherently above us. So whatever they do, it's automatically the right thing, right? Exactly, Lisa. But isn't it funny, the dichotomy? I thought you were in with all these violent, scary criminals. All I can say is that I'm doing great, and the wall of fire I am going through will allow me to teach you and help you more than you could ever imagine. Oh my goodness, the game is 6 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in second OT. They're about to be in their third overtime period. That is outrageous. They're going to be so tired. Holy moly. Holy moly. Hi, Julie. It's nice to see ya. If he's going to say, as does Trump, I am in court or soon in jail for you and you and you, I'm honored to be persecuted and prosecuted for you. Much love. Often meditate and tap into the ether. Wow. Amazing. So I know this was kind of all over the place, but that's all I had for today. I really wanted to talk about Kevin. I wanted us to learn a little bit more about his legal issues with the law that he's been through. And I realized in the middle of the stream that we needed to know a little bit more about his contempt of court charges. And we learned specifics about how he went on and continued to advertise the book like 32,000 times, continued to sell it, continued to make false claims. He did not subjectively, according to the judge, defy court orders. He defied court orders. I'm not a lawyer. I do not know if 10 years is a just, reasonable sentence, but like people have said, what am I trying to say? People have said in this stream that he is really good at playing the victim, right? He's like, I didn't do anything. All I was doing was exercising my right to free speech. I was just sharing with people my opinions about my book, and I shouldn't be punished for that. But we know, at least in Canada, your freedom of speech is not absolute. There are limitations, as there should be. And we know, we can guess, we can assume that those who are already within the global information network, who are paying tens of thousands of dollars to advance in the ranks, are probably the ones who are also paying Kevin through his fan club. And where is the money going from this fan club? According to the FTC, after operating expenses, all of it is supposed to go to his fines. But according to him, it's going to help him get him back on his feet from spending 10 years in jail. So which one is it that's sketchy? It's sketchy. Yeah, I definitely will. I'll catch the third overtime period. 3 overtimes is outrageous. Yay! I'm glad you liked it, Anastasia. So I found a guy that I want to talk about. And I'll quickly show you. Maybe this will be my stream for Wednesday. These are great. Bye. Bye, Gary. We'll be done in like 2 seconds. Because I saw on YouTube, this guy had an interview with Kevin Trudeau. And then I'm like, who is this? Who is Peter Sage? Create a life you love. Use our proven science-backed method to finally get lasting transformation and start living effortlessly. Wow, you don't have forever to meet your best self. Wow, learn to flow with the river of life. Eliminate self-doubt, self-sabotage, and stop being busy being busy so that you can show up in life. You've been sold the lie that chasing success would lead to fulfillment. Proven method to give you lasting transformation. How many times have we seen self-mastery courses? How many times? Apparently we have to upgrade our environment and rule our reality. And do you guys know what CPD is? Apparently Peter Sage is proud to announce that our life-changing courses are now CPD certified, making a new era of accredited professional and personal development. Oh, continuous professional development. Whatever that is, continuous professional development, lovingly known as CPD. Anyway, so that's like the 2-second version of Peter Sage, and I want to look into him more. So maybe that will be Wednesday. But I have something else I was thinking of doing on Wednesday, so I'm not sure. We'll see. Same. Yes, it does sound exciting. It's super cool, super exciting. Right? He sure did. Okay, that was all I have for today. I will likely see you guys on Wednesday, assuming I'm not all tired and grumpy from work. But I have this Peter Stage guy I might want to do a video on, and one other thing I've been thinking about doing. So I already have my topic. Potentially, I'll have to do a little bit more work on it, but I already have the majority of my topic ready. So if you guys are free, I would love to see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.